Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. We are starting a brand new single-player campaign, and I'm pretty excited about it, so let's get started. Let's get some trees chopping, and that is a huge rock, so we are going to take that. This is going to be a little bit different start to the series. We are going to start with a little bit of coal, and that is going to be very nice. And now that I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get our burner down. This is kind of a goofy little looking patch here, but we can make it work. Throw that in there, throw that in there, that in there, and we'll hit Alt. Excellent. All right, so let's get back to tree chopping. After all, it is the first episode of a Factorio series, and there are trees that need to be chopped. This tree was kind of hiding up here, but I saw it. I got it. So yeah, if you are coming from one of my previous Factorio series, welcome to a new series. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And if you are just joining me for the first time, you're new to the channel or new to Factorio in general, welcome. I believe we're going to have some fun. I've been wanting to start a new single-player Factorio series, well, since the last one ended. And I was having some trouble really kind of deciding what I wanted to do this playthrough. There were a lot of options. There's a lot of things that I want to do in Factorio. But in the end, I got this idea kind of stuck in my head, and I kind of want to see it out. I mean, I had some plans to do some modded playthroughs, or maybe something crazy like Angel's mods, something like that. But in the end, I kind of decided that I'm not quite done with just regular Factorio yet. And there was a comment string in one of my previous videos, and I looked for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. But I'm pretty sure we were talking about like circuit network setups, things like that. And I made a joke about in my next series, I want to call it Impractical Factorio, where we do a lot of really fun, crazy stuff. My previous series was called Practical Factorio, and where I was kind of going with that is that you know, watching Factorio players on YouTube, I saw. You know, whenever you're watching Factorio players, I can kind of, in my mind at least, I have them in two categories. There's the categories of the people that are just really, really good, have a really good grasp of the game, and do some incredible things, and just have all the ratios down by heart, and can just always do these great designs. And then there's the folks out there that are they try really hard. and you know, I'm not trying to say that I'm not trying to say that, you know, you play the game the way you enjoy it. There's no right or wrong way to play Factorio. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you know, there's the people that do the masterful stuff, and then there's the people that don't. I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say. And myself, I kind of felt like I fell somewhere in the middle. I like to play with things like ratios. I mean, I have an understanding of that. I like to have things look nice and neat and tidy. But there's some things that you know, I just don't do. There's some things that I wasn't aware of about the game. And I'm always learning new things. So I don't know. I'm good. I'm fairly decent at the game, I believe. I have a pretty good grasp of what's going on, what needs to happen. But there's always ways that I can improve. So that's kind of where I was coming from with the Practical Factorio thing. It's like, you know, I don't do it good, but I can do it. I can do it practically, right? Everything gets done and looks fairly decent, and that's where that series was coming from. So yeah, in the Impractical Factorio world, we're gonna have some fun. There's a whole bunch of things that I want to try. There's a whole bunch of you know, circuit builds and stuff like that looks really cool. Does it help you win the game? No. But it sure does look a lot of fun, and it's something that I'd like to try and get into. So yeah, that's going to be one of the focuses of this series, is to try just some really fun, like, little circuit builds and little toys, things like that, that I'd like to try. I'd like to give a little bit more thought to aesthetics, making a factory that looks kind of cool, that looks a little bit more neat and organized than what I usually do. I mean, I think I didn't do bad with the last series. However, whenever I go back and look at it, you can see that, you know, I had an old boss once that shared me a little kind of an unknown fact about the ancient Egyptian culture. And that is that the pyramids, whenever they originally built those, or wanted to build those, and they laid out the plans, they were actually supposed to be very large cubes. And just, you know, when you start on a project and you get started, you start out with the good intentions, and as the project goes on, the standards just get lower and lower and lower. And what they ended up with was the pyramids. And that's kind of how I feel like that base went. I started out really well. Had a really good plan and a really good design, but then toward the end, stuff just started getting thrown in there, and it was just a big mess. A lot of things in that base were just really a big mess, and I don't want to do that this time around. Let's see, we're going to need 2 of those. We're going to need 4 of those. We're going to need 1 of those. We're going to need a couple of those. We're going to need some of these. We're going to need a lot of that, and 2 of those. What are we missing? We're missing you guys. And what else? Oh, we're actually missing iron. Go figure. All right, yeah, a couple of those. All right, and you guys are running out of stuff. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, managed to fit 8 there. That's typically what I do. I was actually hoping to go a little bit more this campaign because it felt like 8 was, I don't know, just feeling a little light last time. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so that is that. Where do we want to do power? Maybe want to start it here, take it off this side. Sounds reasonable. Yeah, so this series, I wanna have a little bit of fun. There's some ideas, some things I want to implement in the map that I think will be fun, and get to play a little bit with circuits. I'm a software developer in real life. That's where my training is. So I've been playing a little bit with the circuits, and I'm starting to make a little bit of sense of them. I don't know. I think I can do it. I think I can come up with some designs, some fun things that we can do. And yeah, and you know, feel free in the series to point out suggestions, things that you may want me to try as things go on. There are no rules in this scenario. We're just gonna play and have some fun, and I am very much looking forward to it. Let's see, we didn't get any pipes. We need one of those. Hopefully, if all goes well, we don't need any of that. But we can go ahead and lay this out while we're waiting for that. Let's see, that should be enough right there. You'll be there, you'll be there, you'll be there, you'll be there. I need a power pole. Let's do it on this side. Oh, and I forget we don't have robots, so that does not work. All right, you guys are going to feed in there, and we are going to have you guys come up. And you'll just cut that corner there. Okay, we've got our pipe. That's good. Let's see, do we have some coal? We do. Go ahead and prime that. And let's see, how is this looking here? Okay, this is a straight shot like that, so we might as well take it. And we're not going to be able to make it. All right, but we can go ahead and get you laid down, as well as you. Let's go up here and grab some more iron because we need to make some more belt. And before we do that, let's come over here and grab the coal. So I imagine some of these guys over here are going to be due for a refueling. It looks like you are. And yeah, just like all these. All right, and belt. And go ahead and run this power line over. Get you guys digging on coal. All right, that should go ahead and get that started. Let's see, we need a lab. We need 10 science. Let's see, go ahead and get automation started. We're going to need some inserters. We're going to need some boxes. What else are we going to need? A lot of stone furnaces. All right, let's go ahead and take this up. Maybe to there. There's fine. I'll go ahead and plonk that down and get science going. So the map we're on is it's basically a rail world setting. I did bump up the richness a bit on the minerals just so we don't have to spend all our time outposting. And biter settings are not rail world settings. I basically copied over the default settings to the rail world map size. So the biters will respawn. I mean, they'll expand, not respawn. And there's also some minor adjustments in the evolution factor between the rail world setting and the default setting. I bumped up those so that they match. One of the things in the last series that I did, not the Death World series, the single player series that I did, was that the biters did not expand, and I felt like I didn't get a chance to play with a lot of the new toys. One thing I do want to do this time around is play with some of the combat robots. I haven't really done much with them. And I thought it might be interesting. I think there's some achievements that I need that involve those. So yeah, we can go ahead and build those up and see what those are about. Those may be my favorite thing. I wouldn't know. I just really haven't played with them that much. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna go ahead and build all these furnaces. They build so fast. We're going to need them, so might as well get them going. Okay, we are very, very close to automation now. Just a couple more seconds. Feel like we're going a lot faster this time. Partially, that's because a lot of these resources are really close together, which is really fortunate. But I also think some of my other playthroughs I've been doing have got me a little bit more in shape. All right, let's go ahead and just build 5 of those. Let's see, what else are we gonna need? We're gonna need like a ton of inserters. So we might as well just get those started. Yeah, the wave defense scenario series that I did, I got a little bit obsessed there for a while. I'm not gonna lie. Got a little bit into that. It was a lot of fun though. I had a really good time. But I think I learned a little bit about how to play the game a little bit better. Boy, it seems like you can always improve, but I don't know. I feel like I got a little bit more of a firm control on the game, which is one of the reasons why I feel like we're doing a lot better than I typically do. Let's see. You're going to be gears. You're going to be gears, and you are going to be transport belt. Power pole, power pole, power pole, and let's see, iron and copper. All right, and another thing that I wanted to do over here was to grab a box out the side and just pull out some of these extra gears, because this gear to transport belt ratio is pretty much 1-to-1. However, this gear to science pack ratio is not quite that. And you know, one thing we may actually do instead of doing that, let's just... Okay, we'll keep the inserter. We should have an extra assembly machine. Yes, we do. Get you right there. Send you in. You make red science as well. And we'll give you a box. Put some copper in it, and you can work. And we'll double our science. These copper, it's not gone through very quickly, so I think just throwing that there will work. Now the iron, on the other hand, we go through that like nuts. All right, so not a lot to do quite yet until we get just a ton of inserters built. We are going to need 96 of those, as well as 48 furnaces. Looks like we got the furnaces covered. So, yeah, let's take a look at the map here and maybe just kind of have an idea of where smelting is going to go. I think it's been a couple of days since I generated this map, but if I recall correctly, we want our furnace array to go along this pole right here, and we want our bus to go straight up. Typically don't do a vertical bus. I like to do the horizontal ones, but, you know, hey, I'm going to try something different. And that's kind of the way the map's laid out. My map requirements, I do like to have an open space that's free of mineral spots, just to place a bus. I don't know. I hate building over. I don't like to build over mineral patches. It's just something that I can't do. I physically cannot do it. I can't make myself do it. So yeah, it makes it a little difficult to pick out maps sometimes. All right, I'm just going to do a final, kind of go through and fill these guys up really well. And hopefully we will have our regular smelting line up here very soon, so we don't have to worry about doing any of that ever again. Okay, so how many inserters is that? That is 82. Okay, we actually need some more. We need 87, 90, 95, 96. I think that's how many we actually need. We have some power poles, and we should have some belt over here in this box. And grab one more handful of coal just to fill up that copper guy right there. And we will go ahead and kind of wrap up this episode and get ready for the next phase, which is going to be to do our smelting setup. Boy, that's not a lot of iron there. I'm going to go ahead and just create a couple of extra inserters just to have them as backup. We'll throw the rest of the iron in there. And we will go ahead and end this episode right here. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to have you through another Factorio playthrough. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This is the very first series or episode in the series. So yeah, I mean, if you like what I'm doing here, if you would like to see the series continue, let me know by leaving a like or a comment below. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel and the series out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.